I am in my nice things era. Now you guys know I have been going through it with this renovation, but there are some silver lining streaks along the way. One of them has been working with the Dwellings Design Studio team. Today I want to show you what we have been working on and also to talk about the services that they offer. It's not just for big renos or complete guts like what you're seeing with my project. You can come here if you're refreshing a small space, a small area. You can come for a full service like I am doing, or you could work with someone on the team just to make that space perfect for you. It's a very fun, informative show, and yes, we will be discussing numbers because I know we all want to know how much is this going to cost me and what would it cost you if you would be doing something similar. I'm Kelly Johnley, welcoming you to a very, very stylish Bajan renovation. So I told you guys earlier in my design process that I am in my nice things era. And Dwellings Design Studio came to the house to get the project started. You remember when they came, they were doing some measurements, and after that, we had quite a few discussions behind the scenes about my style, what I'm hoping to achieve, and all of it is culminating today. I am actually back at the design studio for a series of very important meetings, but one of the things that I promised I will do is make sure I get the answers to your questions. Now, you guys sent a ton of questions after that show, and fortunately there was a similar thread. You wanted to know, how do we start this process? And you know my new thing now is to speak to an expert. I am asking the design studio manager, Janine Hickson-Seal, how do we get started with the design studio? Who is this service for, Janine? Is it just for the large homes, the $1 million budgets? Can I just bring a room or a reno? Tell me.
Well, Kelly, thanks very much for being here today and talking to us. And you are already an expert. You've said a couple of things, exactly how the design studio works and how we gather information. But where do we start? So as you said, we have an initial meeting with that client where we talk about their project. And like you said, that can be a bigger project or a smaller project. Whether you're looking to furnish an entire home or a room, or maybe you have a special order piece, the design studio here at Dwellings can help.
I'm excited. So when I started my process, I was told, guys, okay, Kelly, we can come down and do some measurements, or we can do a process by which you come and shop the floor. Where do we start if we want to have you guys come in? Is it a particular price point? Is it the scale of the project? Who goes where? Or how do you help guide us through the process?
Right. Depending on the project, that's where we'd start. So it might be a situation like yourself, your renovation, it might be a new build, or it might be a house that's already existing that you're looking to get in. So we can either meet and have an initial conversation to talk about your project, the scope of it, the style, timeline, and then of course, as you said, budget. Budget's always a big question.
Yes.
And a big part of any project. And what we do is we talk about exactly what you're looking to do, your preferences, and we come up with a budget that can suit that particular client.
Okay, so timelines. When is the best time to come to you if I am either furnishing a house or furnishing a room?
Because we have both options here at Dwellings, really that depends on the project again. So we have the ability to shop in store and pick from our wide assortment of furnishings, indoor, outdoor, bedroom, living room, dining room. Or if you're looking for a more specific style that maybe you don't see in store, then we have the ability to special order anything that your heart desires.
I have special order things, but we'll get to that later.
So you can bring in your style inspo and we will look it up and we will find that perfect piece for you. That being said, of course, here in Barbados, that takes a little longer than it might take other places in the world. So we recommend about a 6-month timeline if you're looking to furnish, say, a bigger home, a whole project. That gives us time to work through what it is exactly that you're looking for, find those items, source them, bring them in, and then get them ready for delivery and installation.
So I am roughly on a 6-month timeline, but I realized that was really because I knew that I would probably want to have some pieces brought in, some very special pieces. But if the items are here, it's a faster process.
Yeah, it can turn around, as quickly as the client is ready. We can help a client walk through the store, make their selections, help them style and really build a unique space specific to their taste. And then we can turn around with our delivery team, pack up the truck and bring it straight to you.
And that would be our true HGTV moment. Please know that at the point that this truck drives up in my driveway, I would fully have self-actualized, okay? That would be like the moment for me. Like nobody can tell me nothing after that. Another question I wanted to ask, because you've worked with lots of different clients. Sometimes people are intimidated by a design service. When people come to you, besides of course just access to furniture, what are they coming to a design studio to get?
Really help and to take away all the hassle and how overwhelming the experience can be. And I think one thing that makes dwellings different than maybe some other services is we're very transparent, we're very open with our clients, and they're really along the process the whole way. So it's like working with a friend who's helping you make decisions, helping you make those selections, make sure everything looks great, and then also just taking care of that whole service. Like I said, doing the delivery, setting it all up. You open the doors, you walk into this transformed space that's ready for you just to live in and enjoy. What
does a service like this cost?
Well, here's the sweetener. The design service itself is absolutely free.
Surprise!
So that being said, clients who are working with us and purchasing their furnishings, that's the only expense there is. So they're paying for the furniture that they're getting from us. And then as part of the service, they get to work with a designer that's assigned to them for their specific project. And then we handle the full delivery, installation for a turnkey process.
I'm so happy to share that detail with you because one of the things that I know people think is that design services are only for particular budgets. I shared in a previous episode that I've worked with a designer before, and you'll see as we go through this particular episode all the different things that are addressed with your, not just decor elements, but how you live when you pull together a design package and you work with a designer. So we're just checking, because we don't want the surprises, because I might walk the streets and I might say, girl, you're not adding a percentage to the furniture.
If you don't see it in store, that's not all we have access to.
Right.
So if you want a purple sofa, or if you're looking for something completely specific and suited to you, that we can then find that and bring that in specifically for you in your project.
And speaking of special orders, I'm going to show you all some of the things that I have coming in very soon. So you heard from Janine that told you how it gets started. Now I'm going to show you how it's been going. Now when you work with the Dwellings Design Studio team, it really is a team of people. You may recall from our first interaction with them that Ben Carrillo came to the house and they did some measurements. Those measurements were for the renderings, and that was a service that I really needed because with so much happening in the space, it's kind of hard to get a visual for how it comes together. And one thing I do know about small spaces, you really do have less room for error in a design context. The furniture needs to fit, not just look good. So we went through that process, and I've also been working with Yasmin Paris because I have an interior designer now. 3 snaps in a circle. And over the past couple of weeks, we've been having some really great conversations where we have been discussing the look and feel that I'm going for, as well as how I use the space. So here is a little preview of what's coming.
Okay. So you would have shared the renderings of the kitchen, and that opens up onto the dining and onto the living space. So these are the pieces that we would have selected for you.
Okay.
The kitchen island can hold 2 counter stools comfortably.
Yes.
So we got this really nice, natural kind of rattan look. It's got a higher back, so you get like a nice plush comfort there. And that transitions then into your custom round dining table.
I love it. Listen guys, so behind the scenes, they have heard me go on and on and on and on about this concrete round dining table. So we would have mentioned earlier that you can get some special order pieces. And at the time that I came in, they didn't have one on the floor that would fit the space. So we did some looking around, and Yasmin came up with this concrete table option. So she's now my favorite. Don't tell the others, because she came up with the table. So I really love it. And for me, it is what really anchors the space. It has a little edge to it. It's different, but it doesn't scream Art Deco. So let it just be known, this is my favorite piece in the house. And for all of you who do what I do, where you go online and you say, hey, I can go on this website and that website and bring it in, I have seen the costings for my things. I can assure you, it was cheaper for me to get the table through them, as you were saying.
Okay, so moving from this space and keeping that, again, very neutral, which makes it easy for you to throw in accents like, let's say, a really nice bowl on the table or, you know, artwork, etc. Moving that into another neutral space like how we discussed.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
I remember when Yasmin and I started this conversation, I was really looking at all of the pieces separately. But now seeing it together,
It's a huge difference.
it's a
isn't it?
huge difference. And rumor has it they've staged a space so we can see what it would look like. So wait. I love.
Good. So we've got your sofa, and then we talked about making that space more of a intimate lounge seating that can transition from you using it to your filming, etc. So what we'll do is we'll do 2 armchairs facing the sofa,
Okay.
so that you have that intimate seating set up, and then we'll put a nice little round pedestal concrete table in the middle, and that will then again transition over to your dining table that you have. So it's a nice flow throughout the different rooms.
One thing I appreciated about this service is that the furniture is to scale, because unless you are really gifted spatially, sometimes when you look at an empty room can look much smaller before furniture goes into it. And looking at the pieces individually, I was like, but how is this going to fit into space? And then they showed me how it fit, and it was like, okay, we can have nice things.
Of course.
Okay, great. And so what comes next? Because I'm going to go and take a look at this outside.
So then I know you had your reservations about a dart rug, but remember I was telling you with all the neutral tones, we wanted to ground the space with something a bit heavier, so that then those lighter colors have a chance to really pop out. Especially with your wooden floors, you know, you don't want everything to be too neutral and just kind of blended into each other.
Well, I could tell you, when it came to that rug, I just say I had to trust the process. So my mom likes this light silvery gray tone. I am all grayed out. And when Yasmin had said we're going to do a gray rug, I was like, oh, please no, please no. But I said, you know what, let me trust this process, because if we're going to be working with a design studio, let's let the people do the work. But I saw the gray rug and I'm like, oh, so she was right. Okay, so you went that round. Okay.
What we've done as well is then put in your console table as a wooden console table. So that helps to pick back up the wood tones again. And I've went with something just a bit darker than your floor, again, just for that nice contrast. And I didn't want something that was too chunky in the space because it is a small space. So this gives you enough room, being a 72-inch width, but it's slatted, so it's nice and open, so breathable, and it doesn't give like that heavy feel. That allows you to style it nicely. And same thing with the top, and I'll give you a little example, like when I set up outside, the things that you can put on the top just to kind of help pull it all together, and the opportunity to then throw some more color into the space.
Okay, great.
And of course, a mirror always opens up a space. So then I was suggesting a nice big 42-inch round mirror above it, and that'll just reflect the entire room back and just bounce some light around and stuff. So
I'm glad you had just raised the mirror, because one of the things, again, when you look at something on a website, unless you really do have a sense of size and space, the mirror I chose, I was like, yeah, add to cart. And you were like, this is way too small. And I was like, what do you mean it's too small? This is the one that I want. Until I came in here and saw the mirror, and I was like, this is way too small. So that was another thing, that proportionately the room is balanced, which is very important, because that would bother me forever.
Yeah,
Nothing
it was
worse
way
than
too
ordering
small over
furniture
that,
and
yeah.
it gets here and it does not work in the space. So you want that round as well.
Okay, and so now for your bedroom, you'd mentioned that you already have your bed
Yes.
from us.
And that is it.
So it is, and what I've done is just worked around that. Again, being a smaller space, I didn't want to overcrowd the room, so I went with some smaller scale nightstands, still functional with the one drawer, so you get some storage. And then I paired that with these lamps that you loved on the floor. But they're nice because the black base tied back in with the black legs on the nightstands. And again, that's just a transition from outside in as well. So your whole house has a cohesive feel going
And I appreciate
throughout,
that.
even though you can then pull in your different accents in the different rooms, whether it's a rust color accent in the living room and blues in your bedroom, it still has a nice neutral base.
And again,
Throughout.
that I appreciated that because it's a small space. And I
Yeah.
remember I said that when we were doing it, I said, everybody's style is different, but I want my house to feel calm. You know, you don't want it to feel boring or flat,
did
but you
say
want
that.
the base to be calm, and that I could always add any decorative elements after. But I just wanted to make sure that all my foundation pieces were great pieces that worked together. And you see, she snuck in a gray chair, right? But I allowed her to have it.
A nice office chair. So one of the great things about being here in the design studio is we have the floor right outside, so I can show you some of the pieces here and how I've pulled them all together for you, so you get a better in-person feel.
Y'all are getting the gold star treatment today. What do you think? I really like it. You would not have seen this piece in the original design. As I was discussing with Yasmin, I said one of the things I wanted to have was a drinks table. I spent enough time on Pinterest to see that this was something I needed. So that as we sit here and swish our wine, or I need to bring over the laptop and I need a surface, this is a nice piece. And as you may be able to see, it carries the textures and the tones of the concrete coffee table and the dining table. So everything is coming together really nicely. But I told you this is a turnkey project, which means that there are a lot of little things that I still need. I don't own a cup, a spoon, a saucer, a bed sheet, but you guess what? They have them all, so I'm going to take you down to the floor so that you can see what happens if you want to work with another side of the design team. Dana, how can we work with you if we just want to bring some zhuzh to the spaces that we have?
It's super easy, let me tell you. First of all, the collection is fully shoppable online. So if you wanted to review your options, take a look at everything that you need for any space in your home, you can see the full collection online.
Yes.
And then of course, we always welcome you in store. It's always a pleasant experience. You can come in and see everything in every category, and our client advisors are here to assist you. We are fully capable to help you with the inspiration that you need to design the space according to your best wishes.
Okay,
Yep.
now suppose I have ideas. Now, I would have shown how I had a full consultation process. Can I work with someone on the floor to say, hey, this is my living room? Do I bring a picture of my dining table? How can I get that extra, that extra special touch?
Sure, of course. We always welcome you, whether you're just a walk-in. So if you come equipped and you have swatches, if you have photos of your space already, or even if you've brought in a sample, something that you have in the space, such as a decorative pillow or something like that you want to build the inspiration on, we can do that with you. But you can also call ahead of time. Any of our sales associates will be willing to assist you. So you can also schedule a day, a time, so that we'd be ready and prepared for you. And then we can host you through the store and just introduce you to all of the pieces that we have in the collection.
I like that idea of calling ahead, because sometimes you have an idea of what you want, but you don't really know what you need, So it might be a case of, I actually need someone maybe for a few hours to walk with me through the store to possibly help me shop while I'm here, or probably pull together some things. So all of this special treatment is available for all of us?
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that.
There's so many surprises. So sometimes you might not be thinking of lighting for your space. You might focus on the obvious things. You need a sofa or you need an accent chair. But of course, to create that complete look, you might need a rug, you might need some botanicals to accent the space. You also benefit from quality lighting, and we have everything to help you create that full look.
And what you said is true. It is a very pleasant experience in store. And one thing I can say, the service isn't just good. You do feel special walking around and selecting your items. And I always tell people will buy throw cushions and plates and say they got it, but when they buy it from Dwellings, they gotta let you know, oh, these are the cushions I bought from Dwellings. Because, it's just different. It's just different.
For sure.
We've done our shop and we see a number of things that we like, and some of them are large. Do you guys deliver?
Yes, we do. We deliver, we install, we assemble everything. We will not leave items flat pack unless that's what you want.
No, thank you. No, thank you. So you will assemble. And how long? Just quickly, just the turnaround time, because we're in a no culture.
Yes, absolutely. Once the item is readily available in stock, we can have it in your home within 3 to 5 business days.
I could work with that. Okay, good. Great, thank you. Now, I mentioned upstairs that I do want a turnkey option, meaning that the house will be move-in ready. Now, we all know it takes more than a bed and a sofa for a house to be move-in ready. I opted to have a living pack included in my design service. And Kerry, who I have known forever to be associated with good things in this store, is actually the person who I would say is going to take good care of me and make sure that I have everything I need when I move in. And I could tell you that besides my concrete dining table, which is coming in special order, which I'm not going to start speaking about, I was actually most excited about, I was also very excited about this service. Now, I know some people like to come in and choose, over time, and nothing wrong with that. But I personally am getting to that stage of the project where I just want it done. And I just want nice things. And I does not want to pick nothing else after I choose these. So tell me, what is the living pack? Who is it for? How do we get one? Come and show me some of the things that I need to have.
Well, actually, the living pack is for everyone. Sometimes we have that person that wants to be doing like a more personalized pack for like their rental or even for their home.
Yes.
But then we have that busy person like you that just want everything to be completed. So then it's easier that I put together an initial list, and with the list we'll have all like the basic essentials. It will start like with your kettles, with your coffee maker. It would also start with like your toasters. And those are things that you do need to be able to live.
And it has on all the little niceties, because I saw you sent me a preliminary list about as long as my arm, right? It has on my wine glasses, my wine glasses.
Your
it has
cutting
on
boards,
my pots and
knife,
pans.
yes, your knife block set. It has basically is a full turnkey package that we offer.
I was so excited when I saw that. I remember Saturday morning getting up to cook this big breakfast, and I did not own a can opener. It's not going to happen to me this time because I learned. Come and show me some of the things that I'm getting. I don't cook often, but when I do, understand it's gonna look good. I will look the part. To understand, I will look the part, in my cohesive, well-staged kitchen. So you have seen how things are coming together with the Dwellings Design Studio. And like with everything else in this house, I could tell you it's a process. But this, I could tell you, is one of the better processes. And it was so nice to get out of the sun and out of the dust and the mire and come and look at the pretty things. Now I know the question that is lingering in the back of your head, how much is this going to cost? So my bill is going to be somewhere between $37,000 and $45,000 once the ash has settled and I've gone back and done the final tick off on what we're definitely getting. Now I know you might be saying, oh my God, $37,000 or $45,000. Trust and believe. If you add up everything in your house, you're coming up with a bigger number than that. I have nothing except the bed that I'm sleeping on. So from that perspective, I'm pretty comfortable. Plus, I am getting the things that I really want. So things are coming in, things are coming together. The next time you see me, we'll have another great show. But I hope you enjoyed this one so that when you are ready to refresh your space and you want the Gold Star treatment, you know that you can come to the Dwellings team. I'm Kelly Johnnerly, and this is Bajan Renovation.